Prom. Prologue. He wondered who she was seeing. He couldn't pinpoint when or how he knew she was seeing someone else, but between the secret text messages, the quiet laughter, and the plans that took her away from him, it all became clear one day that she was cheating on him. "Stop here," she said. They were 2 hours from Eastwick, on the other side of Charlotte. It was Sunday night in April. The weather was cold, but not too harsh. She leaned over and kissed him on the cheek. Despite his unfounded suspicions, it still felt good to have her lips pressed against his skin. He loved her and would do anything for her. Well, just about. She opened the car door and walked over to the mailbox. Its battered blue frame seemed out of sync with his reality. She quickly looked around and then took out a bundle of envelopes from her book bag. Was that why she was wearing gloves? Even though it wasn't very cold? In case of fingerprints? It was a paranoid thought. He knew that. But as his mother had said to him, any chance she could get, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean you're wrong. And he truly felt that he had reached the age of 18 because of a healthy dose of paranoia. Still, he knew better not to ask, that asking certain questions would cause a fight, which would make her angry. And when she was angry, she did stupid stuff to herself. The white marks on her inner thighs, where the blade cut the skin, was evidence of how she could punish herself and others. Once, when they had fought over running away and leaving it all behind, she had cut herself so deep he thought she would need to go to the emergency room. He looked at her and wondered if the guy she was seeing knew about the white marks on her skin. She placed the envelopes in the mailbox. The smile on her face as she walked back to the car wasn't one of contentment or happiness, but of mania. "I didn't know you needed to mail anything off." She didn't respond, but shut the car door hard. He knew that meant he was pushing the subject just by asking, but he couldn't help it. He wondered about so much. Along with paranoia, his mother and father had instilled in him a deep distrust of others. Being an outsider in a white Christian rural town such as Eastwick would make anybody who was different feel out of sorts. He leaned in to kiss her, but she briskly brushed him off to put on her seatbelt. "A friend of mine asked me to do this outside of Eastwick. I don't know why, so don't ask. I just did it." "I'm sorry," he whispered. She looked at him and smiled. It was the smile he knew and loved. It meant casual trouble. "I have 2 spray cans in my book bag, 1 pink and 1 green. Let's tag some shit." He returned her smile, and this time, when he leaned in to kiss her, she gladly gave in to the kiss. It was long and deep, and he felt himself harden. They drove off into the night. He was still thinking about what had just happened. He still wanted to know more, and he wanted to know if the friend of hers was the one she was seeing lately. But it was better not to ask. He pushed the rage and curiosity deep down and would let all that release later when the pink paint flowed